life as we know it will never be the same. What does COVID-19 look like for us all, and what have we learned? Before we dive into this, it is important that we understand in part its history and the context in which this virus now exists. We find ourselves in uncertain times, and this is truly something unique for this generation. First thing we should understand is that COVID-19 is not the only type of coronavirus. Scientists have identified that more than 200 types of coronaviruses exist. Coronaviruses are a group of related viruses that cause diseases in mammals and birds. Amongst these 200 plus identified coronaviruses, 7 are known to affect humans. 4 of these are endemic respiratory viruses that cause about 30% of the common colds, whilst the other 3 that can be lethal cause severe acute respiratory syndrome, which is known as SARS, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, which is known as MERS, and the coronavirus disease 2019, known as COVID-19. Coronaviruses were first discovered in the 1930s in chickens and in humans in the 1960s. It does not mean they never existed before this time, but this was when they were identified. Take a look at this for just some context. Based on the current ongoing research, amongst the 3 lethal coronaviruses, SARS and MERS are more lethal than COVID-19. MERS kills about 17 people for every 50 infected. SARS kills about 5 people for every 50 infected. COVID-19 kills about 1 person for every 50 infected. However, there is a spin to this. COVID-19 has killed more people than SARS and MERS combined, despite its low fatality rate. At the time of this video, the global confirmed cases for COVID-19 has now reached over 1.1 million, with the amount of deaths being about 59,000. However, bear in mind, 226,000 individuals have recovered. It's very ironic because despite how the statistics look, every life affected and lost counts. Researchers and health professionals are working hard to develop treatments and vaccines to help combat this as we speak, but nothing is confirmed. There is hope as a generation because we can hold on to what we've learned and pass it on to the next generation. We are living through a time that has made us wiser, and these are the 5 things we have learned through this pandemic. Number 1, we are all connected as humanity. Irrespective of the race, gender, social class we like to divide ourselves into, we are all connected. We will forever, in this generation, know the virus that united us as humanity. This tragedy has developed a triumph amongst us as humans and has brought us together to fight a common evil. Number 2, we see the value in family and community. At this point in time, being in lockdown has caused us to think of those closest to us. We pause and reflect on our life prior to this moment and ask the questions, have we made the right things a priority in our life? Family and community comes to the forefront. You will fall into one of these 2 categories. Number 1, you are in a position where you have already put family as a priority and are now benefiting from spending time with them. Or number 2, have recognized the value of family and community and are looking to prioritize them going forward. Whichever category you fall into, it's a positive category because you have become wiser. Number 3, there is a value in a generation that sees physical and mental health as a priority in every stage of life. We can see that health is something that unites us all as humans, and no matter how old or young you are, physical and mental health education should be priority. With a mindset of prevention better than cure, we will always be stronger when health is at the forefront of our lives. The decision you make today can influence the rest of the world, and our response to COVID-19 will be the best case study for our generation for this. Number 4, we see the importance of the work our healthcare services provide and the need for more people in the healthcare system. Doctors, nurses, researchers, and people in the healthcare system are more revered than ever before. Their boldness to step out and fight for humanity has never been esteemed as it is right now in our generation. The work they do is underrated. We now know that we need more of them in this generation and the next. COVID-19 has been the next outbreak that we were never ready for. But one thing we know for sure is at the end of this ordeal, we will forever stay ready for the next one. Number 5, the benefits of technology and the internet. Technology and the internet has never been more needed than for a time like this. It has never been more useful than for a time like this. COVID-19 would have taken more lives if not for technology and the internet to spread resources, findings, research, news, and messages across the world. Technology has saved some of the economy, but for most of us has saved our mental health to stay connected to the ones we love. We have become truly a global village because of technology. These are 5 things we have learned and the things we are to keep after COVID-19 and pass on to the next generation. For those who have lost loved ones, our prayers and hearts are with you and cannot claim to understand the pain you feel. But one thing is for certain, life as we know it will never be the same. What lessons have you learned during the COVID-19 epidemic? And would you pass on to the next generation to make them wiser? Please put these in the comment section below, and we would love to hear about them. Don't forget to share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel as we speak on health conditions that we call the silent elephants. This is Mr. Babs, and this is the Silent Elephant Project.